and allow you to meet your child's Title I teacher. My name is Jewel Good. I'm the one that you received the text messages from. As you probably were like, who is this person? And I appreciate those of you who responded and said yes, or any type of dialogue. That's really good. I want you to know that you can reach out to us at any time if you need support. We need to make sure that that communication is open. I'm the Title I coordinator for here at East Orange Community Charter. And my role is to basically ensure that we're in compliance with what the U.S. Department of Education determines us to do in terms of making sure that we're meeting the needs of your child by being in compliance with the rules and regulations of Title I. So what I'm going to do is just take us through a brief introduction of Title I, and in addition to that, you'll have an opportunity to ask questions to your child's Title I teacher, and then we'll be done for the evening. If you have any questions, you can raise those with us as well. First, I would like to introduce our Title I teachers. So we have Miss Motley, who's the 4th grade, Title I. Hello. We applaud our teachers, we salute our teachers because of the good work that they do, the hard work that they do. We have Ms. Holman, who's grade 3, Title I. Ms. Patty is not here today. She does wish she could have been here, but she had some prior obligations. She's 2nd grade Title I. And then we have Ms. McGinley, who's kindergarten and 1st grade Title I. In addition to Ms. McGinley and these wonderful Title I teachers here, we also have our supervisor of English Language Arts, who's Ms. Schwabel, who's holding the camera.
Trying to film myself.
And we also have our Director of Special Services, Ms. Paris. So those are our brief introductions. Now I'm just going to take you through what exactly is Title I.
Your college degree. Okay. The second thing is that we have to have a regular teaching certificate or license. And third, we have to show proof that of our knowledge in the subject that we teach. And usually that's done with what we call praxis scores. Praxis is a national teacher test, and we take it, and when we pass it, basically it shows that we know what we're teaching. So you have the right to know, so at any time you can always ask what are your child's teacher's qualifications, and we are required to give them to you. And that's basically what this letter is saying. So, any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Motley.
From before, Ms. Schwabel. This is a hefty document. And it's a very important document because it's a policy that is pursuant to federal law, and it involves the fact that it's not just the school, but it's the families that make the educational system for a child. So we all have to work together, and therefore there must be a policy specifying how that's done. And today, after we go through this document, we're going to have you go into little groups and look at it and see if there's anything that you think you would like to change about this document. Is there something that you think should be added or altered? So you'll have the opportunity, because once a year there should be a chance for this document to be evaluated by family members, by parents or guardians. So annually, there is always a meeting of this nature, and it always includes staff who are working for Title I and other involved parties as well as parents. And it's very important, as you see, that there's district support for parental involvement so that the teachers get training on strategies for communicating and working with you. And on communication, I know there's a lot of new technology for communication, remind apps and all kinds of things that you've probably seen. And we'll also assist in researching new approaches, which we need your help with, for parental involvement, because that's always a big thing. And I'm glad to see that you all came out on this rainy night, because without you what are we to do? We need our parents and we need our families. So we always have district professional development activities that enhance the skills of our teachers, so they go to different conferences. We have training in the school to enable them to work with all learners of all different levels to differentiate their instruction, and we need to build ties. So also on the bottom of the first page it says we need to coordinate with other programs. We have partnerships with other programs like Head Start and other early childhood programs, and so we encourage that to continue, more collaboration that can also be resources for you. Student learning. We have to make sure that we address the needs of parents who are economically disadvantaged, have any type of disability, limited English proficiency, which is very important, especially nowadays, any racial or ethnic minority background, or parents of migratory children. So there's expectations for involving parents, and nothing should hold anyone back, and whether it's language or economic need, we are here to try to make sure that your needs are met so that you can help with your students and benefit them. We should provide information. We'll provide information to you to understand the state's academic content and achievement standards. So if there's anything that you don't know about what the state requirements are or the curriculum or anything, our Title I staff and our supervisory staff are here to help you understand that. And if there's non-English speaking parents or guardians, there's opportunities for reading, writing, and speaking, and also, as you see, all documents are provided in languages that might be needed, because it's, of course, if you can't read English, you're not going to understand notices that come home. So if you ever receive something and you are needing that communication in another language, be sure to let the teacher know or the Title I teacher know. So let's see, on page 3, there's a lot of school-based parent involvement activities. Communication is a big one. So school-wide written communication, teacher to parent, guardian, personal communications. The frequency, I know that the Title I teachers do send home progress reports to let you know how your students are progressing. Then area 2 is parenting, and this is what we need from the parents and guardians to motivate their students to learn, to provide an environment where homework can be accomplished. That's very important. Is there a spot? Is there a time? Children sometimes need a regular time and place to do their homework, and it really needs to be encouraged. And of course, make sure that the homework is working for them and for you. If you feel it's too much or not enough, that's a conversation you should have with the teacher and the Title I teacher, who might also send home some work for them to do. You should take advantage of any programs that we offer. We have offered programs. I know some of you might have been at some of the Flow or the kindergarten workshops last year, and we have different programs. And also, we want our children to know that they should be good citizens, that we all need to be good citizens and show respect for the teachers, for you, for themselves, for the other students. Then student learning is very important. So we need to help you understand how to help your children. For instance, math. You might not understand math. What are they learning? How to break down the skills. And the Title I teachers should always be available and are always available to help you with that if you need strategies for helping your children learn. And any opportunities or services that are available, that's something else. And then number 4 is volunteering. We can always use parent volunteers. I mean, I always run the Scholastic Book Fair, so I always get some volunteers, but I could always use more, and that is great. You can volunteer if you want to volunteer in the classroom. That's awesome. Read a book, Dr. Seuss's birthday, Read Across America Day, Poetry Day. Like, we would love to have you come in and contribute in the classroom. And of course, your contributions are recognized. In fact, you're being recognized right now, and I applaud you for being here, like I said, on this crummy, cold, rainy night. And the left, we have decision-making.
And having a chance for you to come into the classroom and observe what's going on. And then you can see the teacher also has a set of responsibilities. Without these things in place, you're not going to have the best education possible for your child. So every teacher should believe that your child can learn, respect that every child and every family is unique and different. Make sure we provide an environment where kids can learn, help everyone with their individual needs, make sure we communicate with parents, keep track of the growth the students are achieving, and find ways to involve parents in this. So then on the back you can see there's also some things we need you to do, which are similar to what the teachers need to do, right? You need to believe that your child can learn, respect your child and the staff at the school, make sure your child gets to school on time and attends regularly. Just like we said before, make sure your child has a good place to do homework at night and a good time to do homework. The encouragement from you, we don't want you to do your child's homework, but you need to encourage and check that they're doing it correctly. Please come to the parent-teacher conferences. Talk to your child about school. Encourage them to read and participate and apply their learning. And we have, for all the kids here, there's also things that you're supposed to do. So for the kids, you need to believe you can learn. You need to show respect for yourself, your school, and others. You need to try your best. You need to do your homework every day and ask for help if you need it. You need to work with the other teachers and students. Come prepared to learn and read every night. So this is just a compact that we ask all parties to sign, so the teachers, the students, and the parents, to show that we're really on board to make sure that every student does their best. So that's it. Any questions? Yeah, so this we would love returned with your signature and your child's signature, and then the teachers will sign it and send it back.
So with them and an ELA supervisor and our director of special services and our school principal. And it's the opportunity to hear directly from our parents in terms of, hey, this is something that I need additional help on, or something that has a lot of ads. This is something that I need additional help with, or this is something that I think should be implemented. And this is your opportunity to voice your opinion, okay? And we have to allow parents to do that, because we wouldn't be here if you didn't choose to bring your child here. And we want to make sure that you continue to have faith in us to educate your child for the remaining years, okay? So our next committee meeting will be November 3rd, okay, at 5 o'clock. Now, in the past, I have changed the meeting time to better accommodate parents. So while you're speaking to your Title I teacher, because each Title I teacher is going to try to recruit 2 parents to take part in our committee. So they may have already tapped you and said, hey, are you interested? But if you say, I am interested, but 5 o'clock doesn't work, I'd rather 6:30, then we could make the adjustments to the schedule to ensure that we could accommodate your schedule. I had one parent who was a police officer.
Trying to get used to the new name. Thank you for coming out this evening. Just wanted to speak a little bit about, again, the INRS process. That INRS stands for Intervention and Referral Services Team, and that's another extension of the school's responsibility when we see students struggling, and with the supports and everything that's put into place, and we're still seeing that the student's still struggling. What the teacher's responsibility is to do is to submit some paperwork to the INRS team, and then at that point, we come together as a team to come up with some additional ways to work with that particular student, dependent on what their area of weakness is. And as part of that whole INRS process, the parental involvement is a key factor, because we want to make that homeschool connection to make sure that, one, you're understanding exactly what the strengths of your child are, but also where the areas that need improvement. So if a teacher speaks to you about what INRS is, that's part of the process. So at that point, that's where you'll see me as part of the meeting as well. Okay? Any questions that I can answer with you? Thank you. Thanks again for coming out this evening. Thank you.
And that you're talking it over with us. We'll be, all of us here will be at our little stations, and you can talk over the parent compacts with us. Make sure that you're coming to all the meetings. Well, of course, you were invited to the meeting, so you're here. And we're going to have several more meetings. In fact, you received the Title I brochure that mentioned Math Night. Math Night, the date of the Math Night is being decided, but that's another meeting that you'll be invited to. Make sure that you're being informed of your, as well as that we involve all parents from all walks of life, all socioeconomic needs, all educational needs, all cultural backgrounds. And know that as a school and as teachers, we do try to diversify all of our lessons, everything that we're doing with their students. So when you're filling out this survey, just keep some of these questions and statements in mind. And before I finish, I know that I'm speaking for behalf of the other Title I teachers, but sometimes it's very difficult for us to be reached by phone. We're going from class to class. We're meeting with students. So the best way, just like Ms. Good said, is to contact us all by email. And to facilitate that, I'm going to have Ms. Good give us, could you put their email addresses up on the board for the title? So that's actually the best way to reach all of us. We check our emails several times a day, but it's very difficult for us to talk to you during the day. I'm sure you'd rather know that we were working with your child rather than talking to another parent on the phone. So yeah, Mrs. Good is going to put the grade level and the name of and email address of your child's Title I teacher. So wherever you need to contact us, it's easy to shoot us a quick email. I know I dash out emails to parents all during the day.